This is Show Up as a Leader, a show from PeopleForward Network, helping you maximize your positive impact on the world by becoming your best, fully authentic self. Hey everyone, it's Rosie. I am super excited to have my dear friend, Rana DeBoer, co-founder of Volt Strategy, launch a new series on the podcast called Elevate Your Leadership. In this series, Rana offers a unique blend of behavioral science and business strategy to help leaders take their cultures to the next level and build future-ready organizations. Take a listen.
Welcome back to Elevate Your Leadership. I'm your host, Rana DeBoer, executive and organizational coach with Volt Talent Strategy. Here at Volt, we don't just talk about leadership. We live it, we breathe it, and we boldly challenge it. Today's episode is titled, Pressure is a Privilege. That's right, my friends. Pressure isn't the villain. It's the proving ground where great leaders, just like you and me, are forged. In today's volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous, or what we know as VUCA world, how we handle pressure isn't just important. I think as leaders today, it's just about everything. So let's jump in. Let's jump right in. When I say pressure is a privilege, I'm inviting you, leader, to reframe. Here are 3 big principles right off the bat, right? We're going right in for you to consider and think about. Number 1, pressure means people trust you. Pressure means people trust you. Number 2, pressure means opportunity is alive. Pressure means opportunity is alive. Number 3, in this reframing, pressure means you're in the arena where the future gets built, baby. Absolutely love that one the best. But leadership today is tougher than ever. I'm not ignoring that or denying that. We are navigating constant change, disruptive yet absolutely amazing technology. We've got shifting workforces and, without a doubt, a business economy that demands a lot of speed. And I want to add into this, I think this is so important for today when we talk about pressure as a privilege. It demands speed, but it also demands empathy. It's both and, speed and empathy. So if you're feeling the heat, like me, congratulations. You're exactly where real leadership begins, right? It's an opportunity. So let's talk strategies. First, we want to reframe that narrative. Let's keep going on the reframing and seeing pressure, the privilege of it, as an opportunity, right? As an opportunity. So pressure will, without question, trigger our survival brain, right? Unless we intentionally flip the script or intentionally reframe that script. We see it in a larger context, and we see some of the opportunity that can come through that pressure. Because top leaders don't just survive pressure, we use it. We don't just survive pressure, we use it. Tactic 1, shift from I have to I get to. So instead of, quote, I have to lead this major project, we may say in our head, I get to lead a game-changing initiative. I'm sure some of you are like laughing out loud right now. Like, really, Rana? Really? But yes. So it's so good. Let me repeat that again so that you can try it on and think about maybe where you can shift from I have to I get to. So instead of I have to lead this major project, we say I get to lead a game-changing initiative. Oh my gosh, can you feel the shift? Can you feel the power in that? Such a subtle change in language changes the meaning to the words, which changes our belief system about it. Gotta love human science. All right, tactic 2 of 3, name the pressure. And I bet you've heard of this one before. Simply labeling what you're feeling. For example, this is financial pressure. This is reputational pressure. That lowers the power of that pressure over you. Many of you have probably heard that term, name it and tame it. That's really just what we're saying. Just by naming, acknowledging, giving it definition, and making meaning out of it, remove some of that VUCA or that ambiguous, makes it tangible, lets you put your arms around it, and helps you move up into that rational, cognitive brain to move forward with belief, with vigor, with confidence, with strength. Not that you aren't maybe still scared or frustrated. That's just part of leadership as well. Tactic number 3, anchor to the purpose. We have talked so much about purpose, the value of purpose, the meaning of purpose, all the way from what is your personal why, what makes you tick, what gets you up out of bed each day. But I think purpose can go a lot further than that, right? And you know this, you practice it, I'm sure, is that simple things like, what's the purpose of this conversation? What's the purpose of this podcast? What's the purpose of this strategy? We can use purpose to explain the why, to help people see through some of that chaos, because pressure without purpose feels just like that, feels like chaos. Pressure without purpose feels very chaotic, feels like chaos. Pressure with purpose can feel more like energy, right? It's directed, it is channeled, it is together, not just alone by myself, but it's with others and together with this shared purpose. That feels doable. It feels like energy. So when things get tough, I always come back to my why, which is I help leaders transform energy, strategy, and talent for exceptional performance. So that's one of my grounding wires when I'm working with clients, is when things get kind of crazy and out of control. I remember I am here to help these leaders transform their energy, their strategy, and their talent to get towards that. Not just good, not just great, but exceptional performance. And that grounding wire is really good. So what is yours, right? What is yours? What is yours in the middle of the chaos of a conversation, of a particular situation, of a meeting, of a project? Put that purpose statement at the top of that project plan. So here's, though, a really big truth bomb. Employee and organizational well-being, given all the pressure, given all the VUCA, given all the chaos, is no longer optional. It is a business imperative, just without question. Employee and organizational well-being is a business imperative, because healthy humans build healthy businesses, and healthy businesses build healthy communities. Healthy communities build healthy states, on and on and on. So period, end of story. And as a leader, in this pressure is a privilege, we must intentionally design 3 specific environments to be able to keep the capacity, the energy, the focus, the purpose to work through this pressure and this constant change. So number 1, environment is physical. I think we forget about this one. It's so important. And I'm not just talking about exercise or movement breaks. I'm talking about creating spaces that energize, from natural light to the right kind of seating, the right kind of chairs, the right kind of breakout rooms, the right kind of modular walls, the right kind of airflow, the right kind of heating, air, all of the ambient, right, elements of our physical environment. That physical built space is so important, and we need to be sure that we are paying attention to that to optimize the energy, the renewal, and the resilience of our people. And obviously, number 2 of designed environment is emotional. And that psychological safety isn't a buzzword. It's rocket fuel. Psychological safety is not just a buzzword, it's rocket fuel. So prioritize those real conversations, real, respectful, sometimes raw. Celebrate those small wins and normalize what it means to ask for help. It's not just okay, it's accepted. It is expected, both. Cool. Design element number 3 is cognitive. And one thing that's really important here is to consider reducing noise and cognitive overload. So smart leaders curate focus. So think about this. Clear priorities, respect for deep work, and permission to pause and think strategically. We need to give ourselves and our people clarity through the chaos, clear priorities, clear expectation, clear purpose, and repeat that message over and over. We have to allow and create space, that respect for deep work, where people can get into the zone and really focus into their projects, their creativity, their smarts, their collaboration, whatever it is that needs to be done, that deep work that produces incredible, incredible outcomes. And people need permission to pause. One of my favorite habits in the cognitive environment is calling timeouts. Everyone on my team, every client that I work with always has permission to call a timeout, which gives us a moment to pause, think strategically, catch up, follow along, understand, ask questions, and get everybody aligned on the same page. Because here's the kicker. The best leaders aren't just performers, they're architects in resilience. So please consider those 3 absolutely must-have intentional design elements of your work environment. So your team is watching also how you handle that pressure. They're feeling essentially the ripple effects of every decision you make. Hence, pressure is a privilege. So I think it's really important, and I'd be remiss if we didn't at least spend a little bit of time today to talk about how to support your team through today's busy pressures. So try these on, give them a whirl, work with them, change them, modify them, whatever you need to do. But here are 3 great concepts to give some thought into your leadership for. Normalize adaptive conversations. Here's what I mean. Talk about change as the normal, not the exception. So model that growth happens on that edge of comfort. So what we're doing is we're saying change is how we do business. It is the everyday norm. It's not an exception. It's not hard, actually. It's just the way we work now. So talk about that change as normal, and you be that great role model and go first to be able to say, I like how this is stretching us. This may provide us with some opportunities that we would never have had if this pressure wasn't coming through. Number 2, operationalize well-being. And here's what I mean. It's not just a poster in the break room. It is literally embedded in how work happens, from meetings to workload distribution to whatever those recognition systems are for you. You literally build the practice of well-being into the day-to-day work. You have walking meetings. You consistently, as a leader, ask people, where's your workload right now? What does it look like? How can I help you prioritize, manage, or move things around? You encourage teams at team meetings to say, let's go around the table and talk about workload distribution. Let's talk about how you're doing with workload. Let's look at what we have ahead. And high five to you if you're doing this already. I mean in no way, shape, or form to imply that you don't, but maybe it's just a reminder that you need to build in workloads, pressure, and also build in moments of renewal for yourself and your team as you think about the pressure that they're under to perform. And one of the best ways to build well-being is absolutely to make sure that you're giving recognition even to the smallest of the smallest things. Appreciate the way you shook that customer's hand. Appreciate that signature that you put at the end of your email today to a particular client. Appreciate the way that you gave a nod to your colleague for the great work that they did. Like, thanks the thanks. Keep thanking and recognizing those behaviors and actions that you want to see more of. Third is teach those recovery skills. I just can't emphasize how important this is, because here's the thing. High-performing teams know how to sprint. Elite teams know how to sprint and recover. We must integrate these micro recoveries into the rhythm of your team's work week. Short breaks, reflective moments, gratitude practices, you name it, you pick it out. Grab the leader's guide, and I've got a whole page worth of more tips and more ideas on normalizing adaptive conversations, operationalize that well-being, and teaching those recovery skills. Because remember, it's not the strongest or the smartest who thrive. It's those that are most adaptable. And adaptability is absolutely built on a foundation of well-being and resilience. So here's your leadership charge today. Ready? Own the pressure. Design for resilience and champion well-being as your competitive advantage. Because when you elevate your leadership, you don't just succeed. You inspire, you transform, and you build legacies that totally outlast disruption. Thank you so much for tuning in to Elevate Your Leadership. If you're ready to create a culture where pressure becomes privilege and well-being drives performance, connect with me at Volt Talent Strategy. I am all in and ready to help you go, go, go. So until next time, keep leading boldly, living resiliently, and elevating everything you touch. Stay at your peak and stay electric.
I'm Rosie Ward, and this is Show Up as a Leader. To learn more, head over to PeopleForwardNetwork.com and, of course, hit that follow button.